So how you feeling today, my brother?
Feeling good, bro. Feeling good.
So how do you feel about being a father?
Man, I absolutely love it. Like, it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. And just knowing I have two little people to look after that is so much similar to me, I love it and it stresses me out all at the same time. But I wouldn't trade them for nothing. I mean, my oldest son, he has autism. He's 7, and just dealing with a child that has autism was a challenge, but it really it made me into a better person. It made me into a better father. It made me just look at life differently. So things that normal children do, things that normal children say, my son wasn't saying, my son wasn't doing. But because me and my wife, we worked together with this, we got him to a point where he's literally was reading at 1 year old. He was 2. He was reading at 2 and all this other stuff. And he made us into a teacher. He made us, and he just made me into a better person. And my youngest, I'm smiling because he's something else, but my youngest, his name is Kason, and we just found out he's a type 1 diabetic. And when we first found out about my son, let me rewind, found out about my son, it stressed us out to the point where we just asking God why. Why did it have to be my child? And my pastor came up to the hospital, whenever we was up there, and she said, God wouldn't have chose y'all if he didn't feel like y'all was built for it. So, and I understood that being his father, it was meant for me to have a child with autism, and I see it as his superpower. And so when we found out about my youngest son, Kason, type 1 diabetic, it was the scariest thing I've ever dealt with in my life, because it just jumped up on us. Because I mean, we already have a child who has autism and has different behaviors and stuff, but it was like, God, why? You know what I mean? Like God, why? Why do you give me a child with autism? Why did you give me a child that's only 3 as a type 1 diabetic? And it brought me back to when they told me we're built for it. So when I tell you being a father is the best thing that's ever happened to me, and the story behind my children and my family is just, it's a story, life-changing.
So before you had kids, before you had a wife, you was at Lumberton High School, drinking, sinning, wild boy.
Wow.
What's going on in your mind in those days?
Man, literally air, nothing but we gonna drink whenever we get the chance. We gonna sneak and drink when we get the chance. I was never a smoker. I couldn't do it. I tried. I thought I was gonna die. But just all I wanted to do was flip, run, lift weights, and sneak alcohol whenever I got the chance.
So you played sports?
I wrestled, but not long. Not long. I was just more into weightlifting.
Oh, so what was your max? I'm not used to like weightlifting world or anything like that, so nobody don't try to correct me. So like, what was your squat and your bench? Or like, what was your max?
In high school, I was 125 pounds. So I was benching when I graduated 275, and I was squatting. I think it was 3 something. I can't remember, but I knew I was deadlifting 315. I was a little dude, tiny. Tell you, son.
So when did you find God and when did you find your sobriety? Which one came first?
Well, with me, I've always been in church. I've always been a musician. So I've always been, the drummer of a church, or when I was up north, I played drums there. When I came down here, I found a church and started playing drums there. So it's always been there. It's never left. It's just I was just doing crazy stuff. So throughout high school and a little bit after high school, me and my god sister was literally drinking every weekend. And then after a while, it just got old to me, like real old to me. Like I wasn't getting anything out of it. You know what I mean?